Alexander picks up his royal insignia ring from the beach.
Perfect. All right. And this is a narrative-driven game.
Alexander pushes the plank to one side. A box has been partially buried under sand.
So everything I do is going to have a narration. All right, so we're going to grab
Alexander
this.
takes the coin and
Yay,
leaves the ruined
Kirky's
box
back.
where it is.
I think it's working. There's a lot of walking in this game. It's a lot of manual stuff. So here you can see a big castle in the distance. And we're going to go ahead and head on over there.
Alexander politely addresses the odd-looking guards at the castle doors, hoping to learn more about his predicament.
Good day to you, guards. I was cast upon this island in a storm, and I'm a little confused about my location. Could you tell me what place this is and who lives in this castle?
Hey, what is that you say? A castaway? A likely story. We haven't had any foreigners in this part since Alhazred arrived.
Don't be so rude, Gruff. He's not asking for any secrets. You're standing on the Isle of the Crown, lad, and this is the Castle of the Crown. The
Me
royal
too,
family
Gertie.
resides here. Rather, what's left of the royal family.
The Isle of the Crown. But tell me, am I anywhere near the land of the Green Isles?
This is the land of the Green Isles. The Isle of the Crown is the main island, foolish boy.
Then Princess Cassima must live in this very castle.
Aye, the princess is indeed our treasured jewel to guard, and we consider it an honor.
Again.
Excuse me, guardsmen. Guard dogs. I've been traveling for months to see Princess Cassima. I would like an audience, please.
I'm sorry, but the princess is not receiving visitors, particularly not strangers.
So they want proof that I'm a prince and I'm who I say I am. So we're going to show them our official ring.
Alexander decides to try his royal insignia ring on the guards. With all of his papers lost in the shipwreck, it is the only possible proof of his identity that he can think of.
Perhaps this ring will convince you of my identity. It is the royal insignia ring of Daventry.
Ha! I'm sure. Just let me take a look at that ring.
It's legit,
Well,
guys.
I'm sorry, Your Highness. It's just the
Harvey?
princess is so uncommon in these parts. Let me get Captain Saladin.
Yes, let's get him right away. Captain Saladin. And it does look like this is the original graphics of the game. There was an updated version of the game,
The guard returns a moment later with a
but I don't know how to
majestic-looking
configure.
creature.
So
Captain Saladin speaks with a voice that is gentle, but reflects a will of iron.
Prince Alexander of Daventry, I presume. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with your country, but I'm sure Wizir Alhazred will want to meet you, if indeed you are a friend of the princess. Please follow me.
this Alhazred guy doesn't sound like
Lord Alhazred, a visitor to see you. Prince Alexander of Daventry.
What is it that you seek, Prince Alexander?
Pardon the intrusion, my lord, but I came to see Princess Cassima. Some months ago,
the
my
voice
father,
acting is
King
seriously
Graham,
legit.
saved my family and I from imprisonment under an evil wizard named Mordak.
The same wizard that kidnapped the princess?
Exactly. When my father rescued us, he also liberated Cassima and sent her home.
Then your father has my gratitude, and that of the entire kingdom. But I'm afraid I still fail to see the purpose of your visit.
Well, I came to make sure that Cassima arrived safely and to pay my respects. Before we parted, she gave me an invitation to visit.
I have no doubt she did exactly that at the time, Prince Alexander. However, things have greatly changed for Cassima since her ordeal in Mordak's castle. Casima's parents both became ill and died while she was gone. Casima is sequestered in mourning for them as befits a princess. She is not receiving visitors of any kind. Even if she were,
Seems
I
sketchy
do not
to me,
think
bro.
your visit would be appropriate. You see, it is time for Casima to take her responsibilities seriously. With her parents gone, she no longer has the luxury to be a carefree maiden.
Whatever
As was
that
her
means.
parents' wish, Casima and I are to be wed. We shall rule the kingdom together. I assure you,
Whoa.
our marriage is all
Whoa.
Casima wants now. As a prince and a gentleman, it would be best that you leave before there is any further embarrassment.
You are right, Marlon. You are
I
up to
see.
something.
I suppose that I was mistaken. I thought for certain that Casima... Well, I apologize.
A young man sees what he wishes to see. I'm sorry you've wasted your time traveling to the land of the Green Isles. May your journey home be swift.
Perhaps I will take the opportunity to look around your fair land while I'm here.
I would advise against that. The kingdom is rather, shall we say, inhospitable these days. But it is your neck. You may risk it if you please.
Oh, we will.
Captain Saladin will escort you from the castle. Good day.
Well,
You have had your hearing with Vizier Alhazred. I trust you will respect his wishes and not return.
nope.
I have been instructed not to let you into the castle again. Good day, my lord.
Captain Saladin whispers something to the guard dogs at the castle gate, and they nod with understanding.
Huh.
Alexander has a feeling they won't be letting him into the castle again.
Nope. Alright, gonna go ahead and save. Alright. So obviously we're not getting back there. But yeah, something clearly is not right with that situation, as you can imagine. So we need to figure out how to get some ice here. Ricky, so few pixels. But hey, we've got Pawn Shop and Ollie's Books. There's like a merchant over here. Let's talk to him.
Old lamps for new. Old lamps for new.
Huh.
Good day, peddler.
Good day, sir. If you would like to get one of my fine new lamps, I'll need an old lamp in trade.
Okay.
Isn't it a rather bad business? Taking old lamps and giving new lamps in exchange?
Well, there's always a chance that I'll find a genie. If I had a genie, I'd be richer than a king. Besides, there's always a roaring business in antique luminaries.
Sure. Let's go ahead into the pawn shop.
Good day.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day, merchant. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I can tell you she is in a dark time. Without the ferry, communication between the islands has ground to a halt, and so nearly has my business.
It's green.
Why the long ages of peace have ended, and why
Well,
the
that's
crown
about
has
right.
not done something about it is beyond me. But then, I am a shopkeeper, not a politician, and can only hope for better days.
How bide you, good merchant?
Quite well, though a purchase would not hurt me any.
This coin?
I have this copper coin. Is it of any value to you at all?
Most interesting. I have never seen a Daventry coin before, but it is copper genuine enough. I might even find a buyer who is interested in foreign currency. The items on the front counter are the only things in the store that I can let go for the price of 1 copper. You may make your choice from there.
Alexander
think-
looks at the items on the counter to make his selection.
I think we need the bird first.
That mechanical nightingale looks intriguing. I believe I'll take it.
Very well. Your coin is well spent. Remember, this is a pawn shop. I am always willing to take back my own goods in trade.
I'll remember. Thank you.
And let's go ahead and go in here.
Hello. I will be right up. Now, what can I do for you?
I don't know. We'll
Good
find
day,
out.
sir. I'm a stranger in this land. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
That is quite a question, young man.
Not alone.
Who are you? And what would you have me tell you?
My name is Alexander. I know I'm on the Isle of the Crown, but I'd like to know whatever you can tell me about this island, and if there are other islands nearby.
You are indeed a stranger. Anxious is the man who knows not the customs of the land beneath his feet. This island is called the Isle of the Crown, because the royal family's castle is here. Besides the castle, we also have this village, and the docks over to the west. There are at least 3 other islands: the Isle of the Sacred Mountain, the Isle of the Beast, and the Isle of Wonder.
At least 3? Does no one know for certain?
This is no ordinary land, Alexander. The land of the Green Isles has always been a place of vague boundaries, as if islands come and go. Legend speaks of a 4th island, an isle shrouded in mists.
Oh
I
dear.
myself have never seen it. Then, too, the land of the Green Isles is said to exist on the boundaries of this world
So,
and
Gertie,
the
what
next.
game?
Even darker
I might even know the
places are
game.
reputed to be closer here than anywhere else in the world.
That's quite a claim.
Claim, yes, but probably just local superstition. We who live here on the Isle of the Crown, at least, sleep well enough at night.
Those first 3 islands you mentioned, how might I learn more about them?
Ideally, a young man seeking such knowledge would travel to their shores and learn about them firsthand. Meeting the leaders of each place would be helpful, naturally. Unfortunately, the ferry no longer runs between the islands. There has been much political unrest, and it has been too dangerous to travel for years. Perhaps the ferryman can tell you more. He has little enough to do these days.
Dungeon hack. I haven't actually
And if you
been there.
haven't been there already, you might seek an audience at the castle.
Thank you kindly, merchant, for all your good advice.
Ah, but advice is free, Alexander. Making use of it costs much more.
Alright, so now we know we have to go talk to the fairy guy.
How much for that book on the counter, merchant?
It is a fine book, is it not? I obtained it from the estate of the one and only magician this kingdom has ever had. Poofed himself into an aardvark in the end, or so I heard. I never found the spells all that useful myself, but then I lead a boring life. I tell you what, if you can find another rare book, something a bit more marketable, I might be willing to exchange the spelled book for it.
Okay. Here too, I think.
Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
Huh, I haven't,
Oh, yes,
yeah,
please,
I'm
take
not
that
really
book.
into D&D,
You have
but
my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
Really? Thanks.
Got. Alright. So, looks like now we're gonna have to talk to the ferryman. What's going on here?
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
I don't think so, but I'll talk to you.
Good day. I'm Alexander. What are you doing in the sea?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm swimming. I mean, come join me. The water's wonderful. I can show you the way to the next island.
So,
Come on, jump in.
there
A
are
little
several
water,
ways
would
to
you?
die in this game, and this is one of them.
Come join me if you're brave enough.
We're not gonna obviously do that. So,
What are you waiting for? I said I'd show you how to get to the next island, didn't I?
yeah, I don't think swimming to an island sounds very smart. So,
That's strange. The young boy in the water just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water.
I know, like, why would we swim? How would you even swim to
Yeah, what do you
an
want?
island? Yeah, no, no.
Excuse
There
me.
we go.
My name is Alexander. The owner of the bookshop in the village told me you might be able to help me. I hear you used to run this ferry for the islands. I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
You say old Allie sent you? I can't see why. The ferry's not running, you know.
I understand. I'd just like to talk to you about the islands if you don't mind.
Well, I guess it'd be all right if Allie sent you. Well, don't just stand there. Come on inside. What is it you wanted to talk about, young man?
I'm a visitor to these islands. I'd like to learn what I can about the area.
So you said outside. What is it you want to know?
Well, for one thing, why has the island's only ferry been dry docked?
Huh. It just ain't safe to sail these days. What with the islands feuding and all. Wazir Al-Hazred ordered the ferry closed till things settled down. Me, I don't think she'll ever see water again.
But why are the
It's kinda
islands
sad.
feuding?
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing. 'Tis a real shame. Things used to be so friendly.
Then this unrest is recent.
A few years is all, but it's been long enough.
Perhaps if the ferry were repaired.
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's no longer even seaworthy. Her boards have dry rot. She'd fall apart at the first taste of seawater.
But there must be some way to get off this island.
There's only one other way to travel that I know of. A magic map. The owner of the pawn shop can tell you more about that than I can, Alexander.
Magic map.
Tell me more about the ferry.
I remember when I used to ferry Queen Ilaria and Princess Cassima themselves. There was no thought of danger back then. They used to go visiting to care for the needy and to keep up the friendly relations between the islands. I remember their last trip. Things had started getting nasty by then, and when they came back aboard, I gathered that the Queen and the Princess had been received a bit coldly. Princess Cassima was such a pretty thing, and she was terribly upset. But who could be spreading these lies, she asked the Queen, but the Queen had no answer.
I think the queen found out and then met her demise. Her parents met their demise a little early.
What do you do now that the ferry no longer
Just
operates?
saying.
Me? I'm out of a job. The job my ancestors have held for generations. I'm the only one trained to avoid the reef and the rocks. But that knowledge does me no good now.
Is there no other boat on the island? One that might be more seaworthy?
Boats don't last long on these shoals, as you may have found out if you got here by ship. You can be quite sure that this old ferry is,
or was, the only craft on the island.
Tell me more about Princess Cassima.
Ah, such a beautiful child, and so pure of heart. Why, a contrary thought has never crossed her mind. Her mother was the same. The king and queen, they served the islands, not the other way around, always thinking about the people. Ah, they are sorely missed.
What else can you tell me about the land?
I think this is...
Let's see.
We've
The
asked all
Isle of
our
Wonder's
questions.
a lovely spot. A bit crazy, mind you. Gotta have a good sense of humor to enjoy a tour there.
So we are gonna click on the bits foot.
I see you have a rabbit's foot. Has it brought you much luck?
As you can see, my luck's been out for some
You're
time
gonna
now,
need that.
despite that old charm. Why don't you take it with you? Perhaps giving the darn thing away will bring me good fortune at last.
Perhaps it will at that. Thank you.
Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and head out.
Well, I think I'll be going now. Thanks for allowing me into your home.
Posh, not at all. It breaks the boredom, if you know what I mean.
Let me see if that sketchy guy is still in the...
Good
Nope, he's
day
gone.
again. How may I help you?
And there's Jollo. Hello.
Good day, sir. Is there anything you can tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I'm sorry, but I have no time for idle conversation. I'm too worried about the princess.
The princess, you say?
Determined to learn more about the strange man's relationship with the princess, Alexander shows the man
The
his insignia
strange
ring
man.
and formally introduces
He is a
himself.
bit strange. To be
I'm
fair.
sorry to insist, but my name is Alexander of Daventry, and
I appreciate the offer of the ring, Alexander, but I'm afraid I'm already spoken. Daventry? Where have I heard of Daventry? Flying flit mice. You must be Prince Alexander. Cassima told me about you when she arrived home. How came you here?
why, by a ship now wrecked upon the sand. But you know Cassima? She truly spoke of me?
Yes, I saw her briefly when she first returned home. She mentioned a prince to me, a Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm afraid that was before she was told about her parents' deaths. You see, she arrived home a few weeks too late. The king and queen thought they'd never see her again. It is said they died of heartbreak. I'm afraid she's blamed herself.
What a terrible homecoming. If we had only known.
Terrible indeed, poor thing.
Oh,
Everyone in the kingdom seems to despair with her these days. The streets are silent.
Where is she now?
The princess is sequestered in mourning. It's a rather dated tradition, and not required, but the Wazir says she insisted out of respect.
I see. You've yet to say who you are and how you know the princess.
I? Oh, pardon me. My name is Jollo. I am clown to the royal court, and have been since the marriage of Cassima's parents, King Caliphon and Queen Alaria. Oh, those were the happy days. The pair of them were so full of joy and life, so in love. And Cassima's birth. It would be hard to explain how long they had waited, how they had hoped for a child. I mean, she was such a charming little thing, smart as a whip, kind and sweet. Oh, she means everything to this kingdom, Alexander, and to me. I'm so terribly worried about her.
About
Fuck
her
off,
grief
man.
over her parents, you mean?
Well, the truth is,
Thank you for the
I do
work,
not
Kirby.
trust the Wazir or his plans for Cassima. I'm still living at the Castle of the Crown as court clown, his clown. But it is more to keep my ear to the ground than out of loyalty. I wish I knew what the princess thinks these days. If only I could find Sing Sing, Cassima's pet nightingale. I
Sing,
might be able
sing.
to send the princess a message. As it is, I must wait for the end of her seclusion. Now I'm afraid I must hurry back to the castle. I'll try to return to the bookshop again later.
Thank you for speaking with me, Jalo. I hope we meet again soon.
Thinking of Cosima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads, "Thy hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace
Oh my.
have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast." Not bad. And another. "Upon the shore the lilies bend, untouched by worldly care, where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there." Yikes. And another. "What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight I cannot live without the sight of you? What nameless thing has captured me, and made me powerless to flee? What thing is it without a name, that brings my mind e'er back the same to thee?
Goodness.
The name of love cannot apply. Its commonness does not decry the haunted, hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that e'er my soul eternal makes for you."
A little close to home, that one.
Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf. Alexander picks up the fallen page. It's the love poem he particularly liked. It must have fallen out of the poetry book.
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir. I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times already.
I do rather like it. Thank you, Merchant. Excuse me, Merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Why, as a matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it. It was quite a few years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into my hands when he died. It was useless magical junk mostly, which reminds me, I've still got some things of his in the back that I need to dump out. Anyway, the magic map was the one true treasure in the lot. The wizard was quite old and feeble and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling. It is said that one need only desire to be on an island depicted on the map to find oneself there. It is a very valuable map, as you can imagine. Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It is far too
Oh, but I
dangerous with
am.
the current state of the kingdom.
What would you take for the map?
I would normally want something magic in return, but since I am hardly overrun with prospective buyers, I would be willing to take anything of equal value in exchange.
Personally, I want the flexing bear, but you know. Alright, so we are going to offer up our ring. I don't think we're going to need it anymore since we had the conversation with Jalo. So here we go.
Would you be willing to take my family ring in exchange for the magic map?
Daventry, are you a king then?
No, that's my father, King Graham. I'm just Alexander.
Well, Prince Alex, she is a beautiful ring. Are you sure you can part with such a unique family heirloom?
No.
The ring does mean a lot to me. I didn't always have a family, you know. Still, it is only gold. There are more important things at stake now.
Then you now own a magic map, Prince Alex. I will keep your ring out of sight for a few days.
Confetti.
If you find anything else of great value in your travels, you can come back for your ring. I would hate to see it melted down for gold. Ah, and a warning about the map. It will only operate when you are out in the open and within sight of the sea. The limitation has something to do with the teleport spell
welcome to the
ingredients.
stream.
You might try the beach.
Not a whole lot, we're just playing
Thank you.
some
You are very
King's
kind.
Quest 6.
And I'll remember about the map.
Thank you. We basically just started.
Suddenly, the old man in the concealing cloak sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart of his hand, steals a mint from the candy jar.
Ooh.
The old man stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily out of the pawn shop.
Sketchy dude in black cloak. Here we go.
Master! I followed Prince Alexander as you wished. From the pawn shop owner, he just abstained, just reprieved. He just got a magic map.
Oh, this is why I love this game. Whoops.
You fool! You've been eating those mints again. I ordered you to stop that. Yes, Master. Now, what is this about a magic map? With a map, Prince Alexander could travel anywhere as quickly as I can. I thought I took care of the only means of travel. By my scimitar, I can't have him stirring things up now.
It's so really strange.
Get a hold of yourself and listen carefully, Shamir.
It's not like it has
Go
alcohol
to the
in
other
it.
islands and tell them.
Oh. Let's grab some of that.
Alexander sorts through the odds and ends that the pawn shop owner dumped into the pot. Magic exploding gum wrappers, a shattered crystal ball, a cracked wand, a fake thumb.
A fake
Near the
thumb.
bottom, Alexander finds a little glass bottle labeled ink. It appears to be empty, but Alexander decides to take it anyway. You never know when a small bottle will come in handy.
And I think we can talk to...
Why aren't you asleep like the other oysters?
Oh, I'm so weary, but I can't sleep. I have a terrible ache in my mouth.
So we are gonna read to the little oyster
If you're having
here.
trouble sleeping, perhaps you'd like me to read to you.
Hey, that would be great.
2 dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese, put over the result of 10 fine mackles, albeit small fine mackles, stretched over the total of 53 1/8 bottles of wild beast lard,
Whatever. Oh, that happens so fast.
yields a
There's
gilded
no way I
minnow
can
of
get
precise
that.
measurements, 2,069 centidrills by 3,023 6/7 puns, not punts, as might be expected. This is not to say, however, in any sense whatsoever, that deviations in mean temperature of 5 or 6 dregs or so
Let's go.
indicate a fabrication or...
There we go.
Alexander makes a grab for the pearl.
We got it. We got this.
Hey, you fixed my mouth. It feels great.
Good night.
Ah, the little oyster drifts into peaceful slumber with the rest of his oyster friends.
Oh. Perfect.
Alexander picks up the object floating in the water. It appears to be a string of letters. They say, "Where are you going?"
Yeah.
Alexander takes the feather.
We got a feather and we got this.
Alexander picks the flower and is startled by its hideously strong skunk-like odor.
There we
For a
go.
moment, he can smell nothing else.
I'm a doofus.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince.
Alexander looked.
That ma-
Yeah,
Very good.
Thank you.
We don't want anything. Alright, so first is the stench flower.
Alexander holds the flower of stench out to the gnome with the jumbo nose.
Tom Trow I am, that's all I'll be. My nose knows all on land and sea. A flower of stench has washed ashore. A flower 'tis all, and nothing more.
He just doesn't sound.
Listen, hark you, Grosvenor, do your duty as you swore. With your ears, please tell us more.
Alright, so now the nightingale.
Alexander winds the tin nightingale and plays it for the gnome with the monumental ears.
You would think he would hear the ding of the device, but little technicalities, you know. I'd be dancing too. Alright.
A nose is not a way to spy. My ears cannot be told a lie. A nightingale is all there be. No man is near, and so say me.
It's number 2.
Taste, Grump, that we might know whether friend or whether foe.
Alright, so we're gonna give him the mint. I believe, I'm pretty sure.
Alexander holds the mint out for the gnome with the gigantic mouth.
Grump knows a tasty treat. It matters not what others bleat. No danger is this one so sweet. Pretty Billy, use your hands. Is it beast or is it man?
For this one, we're gonna give him the rabbit's foot.
Alexander holds the rabbit foot out for the gnome with the huge
And
hands.
he's gonna think we a rabbit.
Be all you mad? What aileth thee? A bunny can't trill merrily. A hare does not at all taste sweet. A rabbit here is all we greet. Old Bill Batter, never fatter. Vision can resolve this matter. Look you now and end this chatter.
Nope, nobody's here.
Alexander pours the contents of the empty-looking ink bottle over himself.
Bye.
By all that's beauteous, fair, and sightly, 4 morons do I sleep with nightly. There's nothing there at all, I say. Enough of this. Let's now away.
Okay, bye. Alright, we did it. Just took some finesse. Well,
What do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize these books had an owner. I'm in need of a rare book.
okay, bye.
No owner? All books have owners, my good man. And this book owner, Bookworm to you,
My
wouldn't part
goodness.
with one of his books for anything.
Isn't there something I can do for you to pay for the book?
Let's see. Do you have an itinerant clause?
What even
No.
is that?
No clauses at all, I'm afraid.
As an exception, you always should.
Don't mind oxymoron and diphthong. They're fairly limited grammatical principles, you know. Let's see. A marsh pig that does Texas?
No. I'm afraid not.
A dangling participle?
I'm fresh out.
A purple fiddle whacker?
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
An idiosyncrasy, perhaps?
Afraid not.
Ha! Then what good are you?
Alright. The dangling participle is what we need to get. But I can't remember what we do with this spider to get this piece of paper. I think... Yep, there he is.
Hello, friend. Aren't you an odd-looking little fellow?
I'm not odd-looking, you are.
Focus.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could speak.
Speak not. Funny is, speech I am and nothing but.
This is the only... Alexander holds the sentence out to the creature.
This sentence seems in need of an ending. Perhaps you could finish it?
Where are you going? Where are you going? Know what I do? Where are you going to? Like you, I do. Go I with you?
Sure.
Well, that was certainly interesting. It looks like Alexander now has a passenger.
Are you there, most venerable bookworm?
Do you have anything interesting yet?
I sure
A regular
do.
abnormality?
Let me see what I have. I found this little fellow lost on another island.
Coming home I am too.
There you are, you naughty boy. I told you not to leave the island.
Glad I am seeing you too.
A most solemn celebration.
So, you found my dangling participle. I suppose I'll have to give you something. Let's see now. Was it a rare book you wanted?
Oops.
Yes, sir.
Well, then none of these will do. They've been sitting in the sun far too long and must be well cooked by now. This one is far more rare. A delicious little tidbit.
Thanks.
The Isle of the Queen.
Alexander takes a bottle of milk from the milkweed bush.
Oh boy.
Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close.
We'll just be on our way then. Okay, I know what we need to do here.
How did you manage to fall off the vine, Mr. Tomato?
What do you think? I'm old, I'm rotten. Yeah, leave me alone.
If you say so.
After all.
Skip that.
Alexander picks a head of iceberg lettuce.
Ye gads! Is that cold?
We can look through
hole.
them.
Wow, it really is a hole in the wall.
Uh-oh.
Zounds, those wallflowers sure are shy, and the snapdragons are awfully protective of them. Alexander can't even get close to the wallflowers without causing quite a stir. Alexander startled the poor thing. It's run off to hide behind the wallflowers.
Oops. Get something for that. Which we will do here in a sec.
Excuse me, what land lies beyond?
What land? Chessboard land, you knave.
I see. And is Chessboard Land part of the Land of the Green Isles?
It is the home of the red and white queens, rulers of the Isle of Wonder, fairest of the islands that owe loyalty to the king of the land of the Green Isles. But perhaps not for long.
What do you mean?
What is the purpose of unity with the great king and queen dead? The princess is worth serving, but the feud with the other isles is strong.
Oh, here they come now. Hello.
I must insist, Your Highness. I shall send a lump of coal to the Vizier and the Princess as a present for their wedding, and that's the end of it.
And I suppose you'll leave me with only this stupid spoiled egg to send, Your Highness. I want to impress the new king and queen of the realm as much as you do. As queen of this island, I have every right to that lump of coal.
Who isn't queen of this isle? The lump of coal is in my possession. Therefore, I shall do as I please with it. Besides, there's nothing wrong with that spoiled egg.
The egg, though delightfully spoiled, is not nearly so valuable as the lump of coal,
spoiled.
and you know it. Your Highness always got to carry the singing stone. It's not fair that you get the coal, too.
That doesn't count. The singing stone was stolen by that horrid beast. I should get to keep the coal just because my stone was stolen.
It wasn't your stone. It belonged to the Isle of Wonder treasury. Your Highness always thinks that everything is hers.
Excuse me, my good man, but could you settle an argument for us?
Oh, no.
Which of us should get to carry the coal and which the egg? Remember, white is the color of deserving truth and virtue.
Quiet, Your Highness, and let him make up his own mind. I, for one, shall be more proper, and not even mention the fact that red is the color of love.
Oh dear, she's got us there.
I'm sorry, Your Majesties. I'm partial to both red and white, but I'm afraid that I don't know how to solve your problem. One of you will just have to be gracious and allow the other the lump of coal.
What a ridiculously stupid idea.
Quite ludicrous.
He was a lot of help, wasn't he?
Oh, yes. Obviously a man of high intelligence. The lump of coal goes much better with my gown anyway. Black and red are imperial colors.
That's the silliest thing I ever heard. Red does not go with anything, being much too self-conscious. White is the perfect accompaniment to any color.
No. He's like, yeah, whatever.
Alexander picks up the Red Queen's scarf.
All right. Very much.
It's a proclamation. It reads, "Citizens rejoice, announcing the royal wedding and coronation of Wazir Abdul Al-Hazred
no.
and Princess Kasima.
Not
For
good,
reasons of
guys.
security, the wedding will not be open to the public. Long live the new king and queen of the land of the Green Isles." Alexander feels his stomach turn at the thought of the dread event. If he doesn't do something soon, Kasima will be another man's wife.
Happen, obviously. Long adventure ahead of us. Oh, jeez.
is empty.
I am sorry, sir, but I have no more mints. Somebody has eaten them all.
Gee, I wonder who.
Get some more then.
I fear that is impossible. Without the ferry, I can no longer get imports from the other islands, and we do not grow mint extract on the Isle of the Crown.
Oh, I hate not getting what I want.
Oh dear. Okay, dude.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex. Please choose something in exchange for the items on the counter.
Alexander looks closely at the ice.
Alright, so we're getting
I'll
the
take
flute.
the flute. Thank you.
Let's hurry up back here.
Hoping to cool down the boiling pond, Alexander throws in a head of iceberg lettuce. The pond's water slowly stops boiling, cooled by the ice. It still looks hot, but bearable. Alexander decides to brave the steaming pond.
Don't die. Just kidding.
Ouch! Ow! Ooh, 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 ouch!
The pond is no longer boiling, but it's hardly bathwater. Alexander takes the old hunter's lamp from the tree. As Alexander continues down the path, he gets the strange feeling that he's being watched.
Come on over here and see what I'm doing with these flowers. Never mind that stone fella on top of the gate. He won't hurt you any. He's just there to scare you.
It's very possible, David, that they were sentient and he just murdered the poor iceberg lettuce.
I'm Alexander of Daventry. Who are you?
What difference does it make? Just come on over here. I'll tell you my life history if you still want to hear it.
I think we can grab the brick, but we just can't go past the door.
Alexander picks up the brick.
We are not gonna go.
You aren't gonna listen to me, are you? Well,
no.
We'll just see about that.
That's odd. The gardener just disappeared.
And I think we can pick up the rotten tomato.
Hey, what do you think you're doing there? Get your hands off me! Hey!
Alexander picks up Rotten Tomato and puts him away. One never knows when one will need a rotten tomato.
I mean, fair, right?
May I have this dance?
Oh, my!
Let's get it. Oh yeah, you're right. That is true, it is the same voice.
Alexander stops playing the flute, but the wallflowers and snapdragons continue to dance, caught up in the music and oblivious to everything around them. The dancing wallflowers are oblivious to Alexander.
Yeah, grab the hole in them, not the flowers.
While the wallflowers dance, Alexander snatches the hole in the wall. Alexander. There appears to be some. Huge blocks of stone erupt from the granite cliffs.
Alright, the S is this one. O is the frowny face. A is the square. I think that thing. And R is this.
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more
Yay,
steps emerge
okay.
from the granite cliffs.
I think there are two more puzzles. 100%.
Alexander...
So it says, third from the left, that's the bad. But the youngest, the oldest, and the second son. So maybe youngest is here, oldest is here.
The stone beneath
Yeah,
Alexander's feet trembles as more steps
got it.
emerge from the granite cliffs.
Just had to think about it for a little bit. And I think there is one more challenge after this. Okay,
Alexander-
so D is this. O, Q, G. That is so weird. That must be like their names. So O is this one. And I think it said Q and G. So Q is this one. And G is...
The stone beneath Alexander's feet
Alright,
trembles
we got
as
it,
more
guys.
steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
Sometimes you just gotta look stuff up. So that must be the names of the, like, guardians of the map or something. We got it. We good. Now I just have to spell ascend.
Alexander...
Oh, alright.
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as
Perfect.
more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
Now I think when we get to the top, it gets a little tricky. Ooh.
Alexander finds himself, finally, at the top of the cliffs. Exhausted, he steps over the lip of the plateau and stands.
Why do you make such an effort to climb the cliffs, young man? The winged ones who live on this island have the power of flight. You could have it too, if you'd only eat a berry from this magical flying nightshade
No.
bush.
I refuse.
See? The sweet berries will make you float like a petal on the wind. Try some. All right then, stay tied to the ground like a load of lead. See if I care. You human.
How odd. The old woman just disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Perhaps those berries are even more powerful than she led Alexander to believe.
Never, yeah, they're pretty old.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
But they're very story driven, super cool. They're real fun to play. Good voice acting, great story. Alright, so we have the flute, so we're gonna trade that in for the Timberbox.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Hope your
Of course,
Saturday
Prince
is
Alex,
going good.
please
I'm surprised
choose
to see
something in
you up
exchange
this
for the
early.
items on the counter.
What are you doing up so early?
Alexander looks closely at the items on the counter to make his selection.
Did you actually, like, get some sleep last night? Oh, why did it delete your... Nightbot is acting crazy. I was too excited. I saw before it deleted it that you were, In fact, let me fix that. Excellent. Do you know how I tell Nightbot to, like, calm the heck down? And stop deleting people for caps? Let's see. It's in spam settings. Okay, I'm looking at that now. Because that's annoying. It did that to Gurgi earlier, so blacklist words, I'm gonna disable that. Excess caps, I'm gonna disable that. Emotes, don't think we care. Links, and excess symbols. Okay. Well, I had too many exclamation marks. Alright, so I disabled the excess symbols, caps, words and phrases because we're all adults here. The excess emotes. I mean, I don't think people are gonna like come in and spam emotes, but I'll leave it in. And okay, so that should be better. So, did you actually like get some good sleep or what? I think you can put exclamation points without getting. Yeah, Twitch isn't as bad.
Alexander crawls through the small opening in the rock.
Seems legit.
Alexander finds himself in a dark cave.
That's what we got the tinderbox for.
Alexander doesn't need to use that on the opening in the rock.
Well, where are you?
Alexander takes...
There we go, okay.
Alexander crawls through the opening in the rock.
I have no idea what's gonna happen. I don't remember this part.
The lighting in this part of the cave is better. Alexander extinguishes the candle's flame and places it back in his pack.
I guess we want to look at it here.
A natural window-like opening in the rock provides a view to the outside world. A peppermint plant grows on the window's ledge.
Oh, okay. So we're getting a mint.
Alexander takes a few leaves from the plant. As he does so, a strong smell of peppermint is released. Ah.
Yeah, so we need the peppermint. Because remember,
Dead
the
end.
genie
Nothing
licks
that way.
peppermint. Oh, well, you know, just crawl back. I think that's all.
Alexander crawls back into the first room of the cave. Alexander can't see a thing.
So we gotta use the tinderbox
Alexander
again.
takes...
And we'll get out of here. I don't think we can take anything
Alexander crawls back through the passage
from the bush
to the top
outside.
of the cliffs. Decides to try some of the black berries on
no.
the plant.
He's gonna die.
A bitter taste fills his mouth. His stomach convulses in pain. As the poison takes effect, Alexander is left wondering if this is the kind of flying the old lady meant.
Look, an intruder! Hold! How did you get up here, human?
I climbed the cliffs.
That is not possible. No one has solved the Cliffs of Logic in several centuries, and if the cliffs were to be solved, it would certainly not be by a human.
I didn't
Excuse
mean
me.
to trespass. I only wanted to visit this beautiful island.
No visitors have been welcome on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain in years. Not since the Red and White Queens had spies in the guise of friendly visitors steal our island's sacred golden fleece.
Goodness.
But we will not display such foolish trust again. You will have to answer to Lord Azure and Lady Ariel. They will determine what will be done with you. I can assure you, it will not be pleasant.
Oh. Hey, they might actually be impressed by my marriage. You never know.
With what trickery did you master the Cliffs of Logic and reach the city of the Winged Ones?
Only the magic of clear thought, my lord. I meant no harm.
The Cliffs of Logic. It is the sacred oracle's prophecy, Azure.
Yes, Ariel. It is lucky for you, human, that climbing the Cliffs of Logic is part of a prophecy that I cannot ignore. We have just been ordered by Wazir Al-Hazred himself to dispose of any strangers that might land on our fair isle. But the prophecy would have a different fate befall you.
The prophecy predicts that whosoever climbs the Cliffs of Logic will defeat the Minotaur.
The Minotaur
Oh,
has
no.
violated our sacred
Oh.
catacombs and eats our young in sacrifice.
That is very
our
true,
own
Az.
daughter, Lady
We sure
Celeste,
could.
was taken there only this morning as his most recently demanded offering.
A
What's
dilemma,
that?
then. Whom shall I obey in regards to your fate? The Oracle or the Crown? But since Alhazred did not dictate how I was to dispose of intruders, and since you cannot possibly survive the catacombs, your imprisonment there should serve both purposes quite admirably.
Oh dear.
I will not resist you in this, my lord. I shall do my best to save your daughter.
Let's hope we have everything to get through
First,
this.
I must tell you that the catacombs are a labyrinth of rooms, a place of exceeding danger. You will need many tools and clear wits to survive it.
I am ready.
Very well. My guards will take you there now. You seem courageous enough, but the catacombs will determine how brave you really are.
So I'll make a second save just in case I have everything we need. And I'm gonna have to go through the catacombs in the exact order. So I'm gonna look at this walkthrough I have it to make sure I'm going.
Why did you tell Lord Azure you were ready and willing to face the catacombs? No one is ever ready, and only a fool could be willing.
And you are far wiser, I suppose, to leave a maiden to die? To not fight this plague on your own people?
Bravery and suicide are two different things, human. You will have a chance to renounce your choice soon enough, when you lay trembling under the Minotaur's hooves.
We shall see. Thanks for the escort.
We only escort you to your death. May the fates make it quick so that you do not have to scream long.
Okay. Thanks, bye. These guys are not very friendly.
The catacomb's entrance door is locked from the outside by the Winged One's guards. It seems that leaving the catacombs by that door is not an option.
North. North. East. East. North.
Alexander picks up the skull.
South. West. West. North. Southwest, west, north.
Alexander hears the distant sounds of a wild animal somewhere in the maze of rooms.
West of the tile room, walk into the north rose tile. Oh, this is the tile room. So it says start here. Down again. We go up. Oh, this is a crown. I'm assuming that's a dove. Ooh, magic. Oh, here's the shield. So maybe we just went the wrong way.
Alexander takes the shield from the wall.
North. 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 West, west.
Alexander finds 2 coins on the skeleton's eyes. He takes the old coins.
And this is going to be a quick decision here.
It's a trap. The doors have sealed Alexander inside. And the ceiling is coming down.
So we need to use the brick.
In a desperate move, Alexander throws a brick into the grinding gears. The brick is caught between two cogs. The gears shriek and shudder. The mechanism grinds to a halt. The ceiling is stuck.
Yay.
The trap is sprung.
East. And now we should be going to the second catacombs.
Sounds! A trap floor!
Oh, yikes.
Alexander seems to have fallen to a lower level of the catacombs. Wherever he is, the place sure is dark. Alexander can't even see his hand in front of his face.
So we have our tinderbox for.
Alexander takes the candle from his tinderbox and uses the flint in the box to light it.
Aha! So that's why it's dark in here. A torch is out.
Alexander lights the extinguished torch and puts his tinderbox away.
West. 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 And then south when we can.
Somewhere, far off into the catacombs, the sounds of hooves faintly echo.
That would be the Minotaur. He's not happy you're here. Oh, that seems like too many ones. Can we go down this way? Yes. So I think we were supposed to go south here. South, south, east, south. So south, south. East. Oh, we can't go south
Alexander
here.
hears the sound of a wild beast again. This time, so loud that the creature itself seems to be in the same room with him.
Uh-oh.
The noises are coming from the other side of the east wall.
Oh, maybe we're supposed to...
Alexander puts the hole in the wall on the east wall. The hole in the wall trembles slightly with dread at the clammy feeling of the stones. Alexander peers through the hole in the wall and sees just another room in the catacombs. Aha! Not just another room at all. So that's why Alexander couldn't find the Minotaur's lair. At least Alexander now knows the lair exists, somewhere in the maze on the other side of this wall. While Alexander contemplates what he's just seen, the hole in the wall, frightened by the Minotaur, makes a run for it.
I mean, you can't blame
Alexander
him.
hopes the little creature finds its way home to the Isle of Wonder.
West. West. And then south. I think it said south-south. Zounds. East. South. East, west, north, east. East, east. Wait. We went west, 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 south, south, east. Now
Alexander
we're going
hears the distant sounds of a wild animal
East,
somewhere
east.
in the maze of rooms.
north. Okay. East. East. North. East, east, north, north. Okay, so we should be... I think this is the tapestry area.
Alexander hears a low growling, so faint as to seem born of his fired imagination rather than of any living creature.
Be okay. We know that this'll...
This tapestry looks familiar.
You just saw it.
Now let's see. I don't feel anything. Aha! A hidden latch.
Alexander triggers the little latch. A secret door rolls open.
We ready to face the Minotaur? We got this, we got this. You know what to do.
No! I beg of you! Please don't hurt me!
Your struggles are useless.
It's the Minotaur, and he's struggling with a Winged One's girl. She must be Lady Celeste. Alexander steps forward, determined to use anything at hand to save the girl. But before he can do anything...
You there! Human! Help me! Help!
That's what we're trying to do.
Who dares enter my lair?
I ask you to release your captive or suffer the consequences.
Never. You die, human.
As the Minotaur advances in attack, Alexander slowly backs away. Until he can back away no more.
Now where to, little man?
Use the scarf.
Alexander, his back inches from the fiery pit, tempts the Minotaur with the Red Queen's scarf.
Look here, you bully! Nice, bright red.
Red. Now you die.
The Minotaur drops from sight amidst the consuming flames. Slowly, his scream fades as well.
Have you been harmed, Lady Celeste? Are you all right?
No, I am not all right. I assume you do not intend to leave me tied up on this vile monstrosity.
Of course not, of course not.
Of course not. Sorry. Let's see. If you'll give me a moment, I'll have these untied in no time.
I can't wait that long. Look, I wear a small
My
dagger
goodness.
just inside my belt. It should be enough to cut the rope.
Oh, all right. I've got it, Lady Celeste. Here we go.
Thank you. You may keep the dagger as a gift for saving my life.
It's fair.
That's very generous.
Forget it. Do you mind if we just get out of here now?
The Winged One's guards, bored with the pointless waiting, are startled by the sound of rock moving against rock.
Lady Celeste, bide thee well.
I'm quite well, thanks to the bravery of a mere human. So much for your superior intellects.
Yes, milady.
Now bring him along.
You've been told.
I'm going home.
I see you have proven yourself the hero of the prophecy. Well, I am expected to thank you for saving my daughter's life, so I thank you. I am obliged to thank you for the restoration of our sacred catacombs. It means much to our people. We have already begun the process of clearing the deadly traps from its rooms. It is also my duty to grant you a visit with the Oracle, so this I do. I will grant you the freedom to leave here unharmed, despite my orders to the contrary from the crown. But there, my obligations to you end. I have no love for Alhazred, but he is my liege, and if Princess Cassima trusts him and wishes to wed him, my guards will take you to the Oracle
She does
now.
not, but
when your time with her is
believe
through,
what you want.
I want you to leave the City of the Winged Ones and never return. I don't know who you are or what you want here, but I will not disobey my crown further.
I thank you, Lord Azure. I will respect your wishes.
Right? It's kind of like, hello. Everybody's pretty clueless.
Hail to thee, great oracle. Lord Azure sends you this wingless mail. It appears that he solved the cliffs of logic and...
defeated the Minotaur in his lair.
She knows already, dumbass.
So this is the one that haunts my pool of late. Welcome, young seeker. What knowledge do you desire?
Princess Cassima, whatever you can tell me, great oracle.
Ah, of course, the princess. That explains my images. Let us see what we can see. I see a maiden, lovely and pure, but surrounded by evil. She is a rose set amidst bitter thorns. It is her fate to be the pawn of dark powers, and yours to try to redeem her.
How? How do I redeem her?
Fate is not like the cut of a blade, young one, but rather like the myriad of paths formed when a hammer cracks ice. I will tell you what I can, but what will actually come to pass is up to you. I see that any attempt to reach the girl will force you into battle, a struggle against a dark force. If you lose, your life will be forfeit.
Who must I fight?
A great darkness surrounds your adversary, preventing me from seeing clearly. I can only make out the shape of a black cloak. But before this final struggle, I see an infiltration, a dangerous game of hide-and-seek in corridors filled with enemies. The risks are high, but it is the only way to reach the one you seek. There is more than one way into this place. Your choice will dictate much.
What else do you see, mighty oracle?
Oh, such pain. I see two restless spirits crying out for revenge.
Give me my horoscope.
These shades could help you destroy the dark force if they were to be brought back from their spiritual form. Yet this is only one possible path to your destiny. I'm afraid this is getting beyond me. I know very little about the afterlife. I can only advise getting counsel from the druids. Be warned. The druids are reclusive and dangerous. They might aid you, or they might destroy you. Like their island, the druid's nature is hidden in the mists. There is nothing more I can do for you, except to give you this. It is water from the sacred pool. That and my blessing go with you.
Thank you, great oracle.
So we're going to use that shield.
Alexander decides to pass through the gate, preparing the shield just in case. The magic arrow completely shatters the shield. Good thing the arrow didn't hit Alexander.
And we're gonna get one of these roses.
Alexander takes a magnificent white rose from the rose hedges.
There he is.
Jalo, my friend, is the wedding still moving forward at the castle?
Prince Alex, egads, yes, that confounded wedding has a whole castle a-bustle. Look, I didn't come here to talk about that, though. I came to warn you.
Warn me? About what? Isn't the wedding bad enough?
No, listen. The Wazir knows that you're here, Alexander. He's posted extra guards, and he's telling them about a foreign saboteur. Who else could he mean but you? The Wazir's genie must have learned of your presence in the land, Prince Alex. I don't know how, but he must have.
I haven't exactly been discreet, I'm afraid.
Alexander, this is serious.
Please don't post stuff like
never
that.
let you get close to Casima now. He stumbled the castle guard, probably to make sure you keep out. Gadzooks! Oh, it's too bad there isn't some way to convince Alhazred that you've left the islands or even
Like, I
died.
appreciate the view and everything,
If you thought
but
you were out
I'm
of the
not
way,
clicking on
you
link.
might be able to get close enough to...
What an interesting thought. Tell me more about this genie.
The genie's name is Shamir Shamazel. Alhazred brought Shamir with him when he came to this kingdom. Shamir probably won't directly threaten you, but that doesn't mean he isn't dangerous. He can be a terrible trickster and an ingenious spy. It's too bad we can't get our hands on Shamir's lamp. If we had that lamp, Alhazred and all of our problems would be solved. Wouldn't that be a fine thing?
You would wish to be master of such a wicked creature?
Oh, Shamir
that's a
isn't
thought.
necessarily evil.
Yeah, I don't
Genies
know how to
never are,
delete
you
his
know.
message either.
They only reflect their owner's heart, for good or ill. Alhazred is hardly a shining example for an impressionable genie.
So how do you propose we go about getting Shamir's lamp?
What? Oh, Prince Alex, I was only dreaming. I mean, the lamp is heavily guarded. It would be easier to steal Alhazred's own trousers while he's wearing them than it would be to get that lamp.
But surely
Hopefully
a
he-
clown's hands are quick and agile.
Well, yes, they are, as a matter of fact. But then the theft would be detected almost immediately. And then... my poor neck.
If the theft were detected.
Oh, I see. Yes, well, there might be a slim chance, but only that. If you could find a replica of the genie's lamp, an exact replica, I might be able to make the swap.
Of
I
course we
alone
can.
might get close enough. But I couldn't tell you what to look for. I caught a glimpse of it only once. I would know it if I saw it again, but to say I cannot.
Well, I'll just have to see what I can do.
Good luck to you then, Prince Alex. I really must be going back to the castle. I don't think I'll be able to come back here. If we were spied on, well, it's too high a risk. I hope you understand. If I see Casima, I'll tell her I saw you. If you do ever make it to the castle, look me up. And do be careful, friend.
So I think
I
this
will.
is what triggered.
Goodbye, Jalo. Thanks for all
Very
your help.
possibly. It's even got an R on
There's
it.
no reason to use that on the books.
I found this rare book, and I thought of your offer.
Very interesting. Oh, it is a wonderful riddle book. Riddles are much more marketable than spells these days. I guess people believe more in mirth than in magic. Here is the spell book you wanted, and a fair trade it is, I must say. Enjoy it.
I certainly hope so. We shall see how rusty my spellcasting truly is. I found this large pearl. Might it be valuable enough to ransom back my family ring?
That's right.
I have never seen such a perfect pearl. Certainly you can have your ring back.
Welcome back, Gurgi.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't sell it. I'm a bit attached to it, I'm afraid.
Of course you are. You would be cold-hearted if you felt any differently. I am happy to see a family heirloom back with its rightful owner.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna give our ring to Sing Sing to let Cosima know we're there. Oh, nice, Gurgi. Yeah, it's going good. I'm probably gonna end after this cutscene because I have been live for almost 3 hours now, but we did a lot of stuff. We got pretty far in the game. And I will be posting a walkthrough. Well, not like a walkthrough, but a playthrough YouTube channel. So yeah, I will be posting this gameplay to my YouTube channel. So if you guys want to kind of like go back and watch it, feel free. I'll probably post that in sometime next week.
Alexander holds out his insignia ring to the Nightingale, hoping she perhaps is the Nightingale that Giallo spoke
But I'm
of,
hungry. I haven't
and that
eaten
she
much,
might be
and
able to take the ring
I want
Cosima.
to
The ring is
get
the
some
one
lunch
thing
and
he
just
has
chill.
that
So-
might alert Cosima to his presence on the Isles. The Nightingale swoops down and grabs the ring. She flies off towards the castle, perhaps to Cosima.
Sing Sing.
Pizza.
What
That
have you
sounds
got in your mouth, my
amazing.
pretty? A gold ring? Sing Sing, where did you get this?
Shady Snake.
Realm of Daventry. But this is Alexander's ring. Oh, my soul, he must be here. Sing Sing, I wish you could tell me what you've seen. Is he really here then, on this very island? Oh, if only I could leave this castle as easily as you. Take this ribbon, Sing Sing. If you know where he is, return it to him. Please be careful, Alexander. It is so dangerous, and yet I could not wish you away.
She loves us too.
The little bird makes a delivery. It's a red velvet hair ribbon. Could it be? Could it possibly belong to Cosima herself?
Or am I merely wishing it were so? Oh.
Oh. Alright. So this is... I'm gonna go ahead and save it, but I'm gonna go ahead and give her the poem now. And we will end the stream on a very happy note.
Alexander holds out the love poem, hoping that the bird will deliver it to the same place she took the ring, in the chance that the receiver might truly be Cosima. The Nightingale swoops down, grabs the love poem, and takes it towards the castle.
Sing Sing, my sweet, you bring another present. Let me see. It is a poem, Sing Sing.
What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through,
I did
and binds
got
my
pretty
heart
far,
with
so-
links so tight, I cannot live without the sight
I'd say
of
we
you.
got at least halfway through the game.
Oh, Alexander. I was hoping he'd return to you. Take this to him while he waits. Hurry, my fleet one.
So I'm assuming this is...
The little bird makes a delivery. It's a note.
Dearest Alexander,
I cannot believe you are here, my friend. Please, please be careful.
Did we just
Abdul
get
isn't
friend
about to let
zoned?
anyone interfere with his
Oh,
plans.
no, I'm kidding.
Watch out for Abdul's genie, Alexander, and do not do anything rash. I am not without resources, and I will prevail if I can only find some small means of defense. Do nothing to try to get to me. You must not be endangered again for my sake. Greatly in your family's debt, Cosima.
Alexander's hand trembles as he reads the note. For the first time in his long search, he has heard her voice again, if only in writing. No words of love, only friendly concern. Friend. Is the maiden merely shy, or does she regard him only as a brother?